What is up, y'all?
Hello.
Today's Thursday?
Well, we only do these on Thursdays.
Well, no,
Every
I
Thursday.
do it 3 days a week. I do this. So,
Not Facebook Live, though.
well, it's also going out everywhere else. It's on everything tonight. So, it's everywhere. So
yeah,
these guys are on YouTube. So, there'll probably be some on Facebook. There's some Facebook folks. What's up,
Mm-hmm.
y'all? What is up?
Hello.
We got Kat and Guy in the house. Terry, Tyler, Patrick. All right, Richard. Amy Jennings.
Hey,
What's
Amy.
up? Charlie Phillips in the house. What's going on? Oh, and Corey's here. What's up, bro? We're setting up. We're gonna have a section at Mountain Readiness.
Mm-hmm.
You know the gravel road that's there.
Mm-hmm.
Right across that road from where we set up is where we're gonna put the fire pit and everything over there.
Okay.
So we'll
Where
have to
Corey
have
had their tent?
not that far over,
Not that
just
far
right
over,
over the side of the road
okay.
right there
Okay.
in our area. So everybody's not trying to just gather up around the campers all the time. So,
Right. Yeah, that'd be good.
you know, I keep it on YouTube on my TV and Facebook on my phone to boost. Thank you, Patrick. That's right.
What happened?
Fingers numb. I like that. Jack up the numbers. So,
Yeah, it was Amy's birthday. Hey, and Russ. Russ just had one.
yeah, Russ is yesterday, and happy birthday, Amy.
Mm-hmm.
And Russ is out at football tonight. Got a book in the mail a couple weeks ago. Sharon. Oh, you're welcome. We'll get more stuff soon.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, where is it? $1 a page. You can put the amount in you want. You don't have to select the category.
Customize it.
You can customize the amount. You can put in $1 and join it that way. And there's fixing to be a story going on over there. A new.
You say.
And that'll be coming up here real soon. It's going to be a kind of a quasi choose your adventure sort of thing. I'll let you guys pick the beginning of this thing, and then we're going to run with it. So we'll see how it goes.
When are you starting that?
Probably start Monday.
After
yeah,
this book.
Whenever. Yeah, this is like wrapped up just about. I just got to finish one little piece. It's done. What campsite number 14 is where we're going to be.
Yeah, we have 17 through 20 available.
No, we don't. None of those are available.
They're all gone?
They're gone.
Oh, okay. Well,
all those are gone.
Yeah, if you're going to Van Hoy now, you just got to call them.
Call Casey up and tell him you need a spot.
Tell him you're with Angry American Nation.
Nah, my finger's numb, Kat. I don't know why. I had a muscle twitching in my bicep today, like
all day.
It was driving me insane, and now my whole fucking bicep is just sore. Feels like it's had a bad Charlie horse, you know. Like that's how it feels, all the way down into here, from up here down, and then now my index finger is numb. Like it's numb.
It's your right hand, so.
Yeah, it's my right hand, but I should feel that.
Hey, Maureen. Hey, Christy.
What is up, y'all? So I'm sure you guys all saw the Trump indictment today. Round 3, and let me see, heart attack. Nah, left hand is that, not the right one. So, batshit crazy in the house.
They're just taking away our freedom of speech. That's what they're trying to do.
Yeah, but that's what this is. This indictment is awful. You know, it is essentially he is being charged for his speech. That's what this whole thing's about. You know, it's some of the stuff that I'm trying to find this thing to read it to you guys. It basically just says that we think Trump is lying, that he actually didn't believe that Biden won the election. So when he came out and said the election was fraud, they're saying he didn't believe that, he was lying when he said that, and that's what he's being charged for, essentially. Which this has so many First Amendment hurdles. It's ridiculous. You know, the First Amendment gives him every right to say whatever the fuck he wants to say. You can think what you want.
Right.
Essentially, what they're doing is criminalizing disagreeing with Democrats. You know, and you see this call in a lot of places. You know, Democrats are saying that oil companies should be prosecuted for denying climate change. You know, Canada just passed a bill with a $25,000 fine for misgendering somebody. The pedophilia fines, or I'm sorry, not pedophilia, but I think it's child porn fines. First incident is $1,000 fine. The second incident, I think, was a $3,000 fine. 3 or more incidences, it goes up to like a $16,000 fine. But misgendering somebody is a $25,000 fine. So what we now have is what they're trying to achieve is we have a protected class, and protected by that. By that I mean you can't disagree with them, or you got to say what they tell you to say.
Right.
And that doesn't stand under individual liberty tests. You can't compel me to do anything on your behalf. And that's what they're doing. They're saying you have. There's Ma. What's up, Ma? Yeah, I still don't believe he won either.
Yeah.
Chuck, nobody cares about the orange man or any other. You know, and I'm not no huge fan of Trump, but this case, this indictment against him should really give everybody pause, because essentially, if you disagree with what the Democrat platform is now, if they succeed in getting a conviction, then it pretty much just criminalizes disagreeing with Democrats. And even if he is convicted, I think SCOTUS will throw it out, because he'll take it all the way to the Supreme Court. And I imagine the Supreme Court justices are waiting to hear this case.
Right.
Yeah, they're going to keep throwing shit against the wall until something sticks, you know. And two, where was that? Was that a tweet that I read earlier? There was a tweet on Twitter that laid out his 3 indictments so far. So there was the guy, Archer, testified in front of Congress yesterday about Biden's dealings and Hunter Biden's China money and all this shit. And then today they arrest Trump. The last one was the Hunter Biden laptop. When Hunter admitted it was true, the next day they indicted Trump.
Right.
And there was a third one too.
Yeah. I can't
remember what the third one was, but there was another thing that, you know, bad press for Biden, and the next day they indict Trump. So it's all diversion shit. They're doing it just to get the optics off of them, you know.
Right.
No, Maureen, that's what they're telling you, is that, and that's another thing that's being attacked here. So the co-defendants in the conspiracy charges are his lawyers. So that takes attorney-client privilege right out the window, you know, and you can't say you should be able to say that, and they shouldn't be able to compel the attorneys to do jack shit. That's attorney-client privilege.
Right. Yeah.
Just like with the documents thing, you know, where they say that he took the classified documents out of the White House. You notice how that went away, because the president can decide himself what to declassify, what to take, and the National Archive has no authority whatsoever to tell the president he can or cannot have something. The president decides that at his sole discretion. And that's why that one went away. But it got eyeballs. It got people to watch that and not look at what the hell they're doing. So, and that's the whole goal. Yeah, 2 + 2 is 5, Cat. You're damn right. Greg, what's up? SPLC just came out today and said misgendering should be considered a hate crime and white wing supremacy.
Everything's white wing supremacy.
And everything's a hate crime except real hate crimes. You know, which are few and far between, really.
It's not a hate crime against white people.
That's just it. Yeah, nothing there's a hate crime. Yeah, and I just saw that Oakland, NAACP, I think it was it Oakland? Just came out and said that every African American should demand improvements to public safety because crime and everything's getting out of hand. Now, remember, these are the same people that supported defund the police. They got their way, and like I said back then, when they get this, they're not going to want it. Just like I say with the other thing they want, which is, you know, they want Americans trading lead in the streets. They really want that. And I think that's part of the reason they're pushing this Trump shit, is they're trying to goad the right into starting the fight. Because it's going to happen. It's just who's going to start it. They don't. The right doesn't want to start it for obvious reasons. And the only reason the left doesn't want to be the first ones to actually kick it off is so they can try to claim the moral high ground. That's why they're trying to get the right to start it. And hopefully nobody will fall for it. So, yeah, Anthony Dillard. Yeah, Al Sharpton getting up there and saying, could you imagine Thomas Jefferson and James Madison wanting to overthrow a government? Yeah, they did overthrow a government. They overthrew the largest government on the face of the earth at the time, with the biggest navy and the best army and all that other shit, and they kicked them out. So, yeah, they don't understand history. You have to pick what I'm talking about. Send it to Mel. Okay. In Messenger. All right.
What?
I don't know. He sent you a picture.
Oh.
The Republic died years ago. Yes, it did. Now back to the New American books, Chuck.
Yeah.
It's almost ready. It's like it's going to the editors probably on Monday. It'll be going to the editors. So I'm worried that the next time they will actually lock him up and say there's too many charges and try to rile up the base. Yep, get people to act dumb so they can. Yeah, I saw a tweet today from leftists saying that if Trump's conviction for this current indictment, because it's a slam dunk to them, he's guilty of this and going to prison. If it's overturned by the Supreme Court, they said that will start a civil war because we will go to war if he gets his conviction for this. The whole guilty till proven innocent thing's been out the window for years in this country. Obviously, now they don't even pretend no more. He's guilty.
I've heard a couple news anchors say, he's innocent until proven guilty. So, they put that out there.
They added as a disclaimer at the end, kind of yeah. And yeah, no one's talking about Biden's documents or the ones that were in his garage or all over in the closet in some abandoned office building or all the other shit.
Mm-hmm.
So, Norman, what's up, brother? It's been a while since you've been around. Ezra's in the house. Yeah, you better get your reservation, Nick. Did you see in Wisconsin the new official liberal Supreme Court that just went into session fired a bunch of conservative judges right off the rip? Imagine that. Well, the left tells us all the time they want to pack the court. So, Tony Gordon from Idaho, what is up, man?
We want to come to Idaho.
Yeah, we do. They left moral high ground on Jeffrey Epstein's island. So I saw an interesting little idea today that we're seeing this massive push for normalizing pedophilia right now. Mm-hmm. Minor attracted persons, all this other shit they're doing. And someone made the little connection, little hypothesis that they're pushing that really hard right now before the Epstein client list comes out. That way everybody can be like, oh yeah, but we're one of these people, so it really wasn't a bad thing. I mean, it's just a theory someone had, but it's interesting.
Yeah. Could make sense.
Yeah, listing a list of burned cities. Yeah. Did you guys see the mayor of Chicago today? So lately, the last couple of weeks, every now and then, I think it's happened 2 or 3 times in the last couple of weeks. These groups of kids take over an area of town, loot stores, assault people, do all this shit. And the mayor of Chicago, that moron, I don't even want to say his name because he's retarded, gets up to the press and a reporter asks a question about the mob rampaging through the streets. And he's like, first, let's call it, this is a large gathering. This is not a mob. Really? They're looting and attacking people at random. That's not a mob?
Yeah.
But again, it goes with mostly peaceful riots.
They're committing crimes.
Yes.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. 8 states do not verify identity or citizenship of voters. Yeah. And in New York, they've had 95,000 asylum seekers show up in their city, and they're fixing to put a Hooverville up in Central Park to house them in.
A Hooverville?
Tent City.
Huh.
They're called Hoovervilles back during the Great Depression.
That's going to be a bad thing.
It's going to be a really bad thing. There's a guy stabbed to death in New York today, I think. Mm-hmm. He was just walking his dog, and somebody ran up and stabbed him to death for no fucking reason. Like, he wasn't robbed. There's no altercation. Dude just ran up and stabbed him to death. Charlie, glad you liked it, bro. I'm guessing you mean the books and shit that came. Yeah, Mayor of Chicago. So I just started refuses to call a mob looting of 7-Eleven criminals because he said it was a large gathering. He said it was a large gathering.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, Greg Dan, you should carry all the time, even at home. Because remember, 100% of home invasions take place in somebody's home.
Mm-hmm.
God. I seen somewhere that after the first of the year, we need to prepare for the next pandemic. Did you see who they replaced Fauci with? She's all, I can't remember her name, but she's all for lockdowns and mask mandates and any draconian order that Fauci ever came up with. She was a fan. So they just found his mirror image, stuck her in there. Nick, when you go in there, let me see. Let me look at it here. And go. Oh shit! I'm not logged in.
I don't see anything from Charles. What are you doing?
Correct. Trying to log into Patreon so I can walk them through how to do this. Nope,
It's right there. Go back to. Now hit continue. Nope.
It's going. All right. Let me see how you do this real quick. And
What are you trying to do?
creator, figure out how you pick your amount.
You showed me. That's how I'm.
Right, but you know,
Because I had to pay. I have to pay $1 just to see everything.
yeah, Mel actually has to too. So I'm just gonna pick anybody here and see what it does. Wow.
I wouldn't pick you.
I'm not. Well, I don't know if I can pick me. Let me see if I can pick me.
Put your name in.
I'm going to. All right, there we go. Let me see what this does because I know you can do it because we have to do it for Mel. And it takes into my page where I can't do anything. Got to be.
Oh, yeah. Well.
Oh well, I'll figure it out and tell you guys. But you can do it for $1 because I had Mel join it for $1. Losing
Losing it.
Where's it going?
Oh no.
They're covered up. I started to leave. The people out running their mouths about civil war are never the people that are ready for what will happen. No, they're not, which is why the left is also talking about a draft so hard right now. You're starting to see a lot of op-ed and opinion pieces and all this other stuff. And even I think the Army just came out with a thing in support of a draft. And because nobody wants to go fight the wars the left wants to fight. They want to fight Russia. They want to send troops to Ukraine. They want to fight. They kind of want to fight China, but I don't think they'll go head to head with China. I think they would give Taiwan away and let China do as they please because they really like China. But they want to fight Russia bad. And but the right of this country doesn't really want to fight Russia because we understand it's bullshit. And so the military and DOD are having recruitment problems. Their staff levels are low and they can't get people to enlist. And because the Democrats are now the war hawks, they want a draft, but I bet you it'll be a selective draft. I bet you it will be pretty heavy in red states and really light in blue ones. So, let me see. My nephew, the second SF, was just yanked from his outpost in Africa 2 days ago with all his fellow troops and are gearing up. Can't say from where to where, but I'll just say it's in. Yeah, well. Yeah, Niger's that's an issue. There's 2 more days. The Organization of West African Nations, they formed that group they gave Niger 7 days to get their shit sorted out. They said, we're coming in. Niger severed diplomatic ties with France, the US, and several other countries today, told their diplomats to not engage with the Americans at all and others. And ran straight to Russia. So, and who's active in Africa? Russia and China, the biggest players over there. So that's what's going to. And it ended up being a shooting war because they want another one. They want another one. Anybody who's going to side with Russia right now is enemy number one, and will be put to the sword essentially. Yeah, Dennis, that is called a weekend in a Democrat-run city. You're absolutely right.
Well, they did want January 6th to be much more violent.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yes, they did. They absolutely did. You know, the former police chief for the Capitol Police has even come out and said that the whole thing was BS. You know, he said he wasn't given support. He was denied intelligence, all kinds of stuff. And he said it was absolutely chock full of federal agents as well. That was another thing. Yeah, Norm. Now the mayor of New York City wants to stop the illegal immigration, and it's funny how they're all about sanctuary cities and they're all about illegal immigration and all that shit. As long as they don't have to deal with it
until it's in their city.
Right. And the Democrats, if things change on the Republican ticket, and let's say DeSantis starts gaining momentum over Trump, they've already got holstered up, ready to go, a human trafficking charge to file against DeSantis for flying the migrants into Martha's Vineyard. They're going to charge him with human trafficking.
They do that every day.
They do it every night. They fly them into cities all over the fucking country every night. So,
hey, Texas Tony.
yeah, North Carolina CDC. That's the chick that replaced Fauci. Yep, the files are in the computer. Yeah, Sharon says just click on edit your pledge and you can enter whatever amount you want. Yeah, that's all you got to do. What are we talking about? $1 for what? Just to be able to catch the stuff on Patreon. We do another live over there. We do the podcast after show happens on Patreon. Last night it ran long too. We were in there for a while.
Hour and a half. I was thrown off at 8:47, so I didn't see anything after that. And you went until almost 11.
Yeah. Anthony have not messed with it. Can't offer you any advice. Yeah, Cat, we got a little solar storm brewing up there. We'll have to see what that does. Let me see. Yeah, and Nick's there saying, don't forget, we're going to have free ham testing at Mountain Readiness. So come on out and take your test.
I just ordered my technician book today.
Ezra, they probably have suppressed it, but if you go to my page, it should be right there on YouTube. That's where we stream it as on YouTube. Sometimes I'm a window licker. I'm probably missing something. I agree with the guys from last night. 2-year civil service. Yep, fire, EMS, military. Absolutely. Yep, turn 18. Yeah, and that's another thing. Turning 18, they've always made that the thing, where you're an adult, all this stuff. But yet there's so much shit you can't do when you turn 18. But right now in this country, a child can make life-altering decisions about themselves. And you have to respect that. No one can question it. But they can't drink alcohol, buy cigarettes, buy a gun, vote, do any of this other shit.
Right. Yeah.
That's not really good for young people to do. But this is okay. And it's just a point I wanted to make because I had that little epiphany earlier. Patrick, hell yeah, bring back chain gangs and public hanging. Absolutely. Jim Anderson, what's up, brother?
Hello.
Yeah, minimum wage or no pay, Cody, because George Washington once said that service to your country should be a burden. You shouldn't get rich doing it.
They are.
Oh, okay. Jeff Wimmer at Spec Ops. You guys can look them up, Spec Ops gear. If you're in the neat market for anything they carry, do them a solid, buy some stuff from him. He's fighting cancer and not doing well. So, yeah. Trump's poll numbers are stronger against Biden now than at any time in 2020. What's going on here? David Brooks asks, why is this guy still politically viable after all he's done? He's not done shit because they haven't convicted him of a single fucking thing.
Anything. And they won't.
The New York Slimes. Yeah, exactly. Is what still on fire, Christy? The Chinese lab in California. No, we haven't covered that. I don't know if you guys heard about that or not, but a Chinese medical testing laboratory of some variety or another was found in California by a code enforcement officer who saw a garden hose coming through a block wall. And that's how they were draining or something, some of the shit in there or something like that. But the code enforcement officer started poking around and they came across this huge lab with all kinds of bio material in it, and beakers, and all kinds of shit in it.
Any people?
Yeah, Chinese. Yeah.
Oh.
Yep. Chinese. And there's probably hundreds of those running around our country.
Yeah.
Two American soldiers or sailors, one were arrested for passing information to the Chinese. A Chinese American sailor was the one that set fire to the Bonhomme Richard amphibious ship. So the Chinese are actively at work. Pink phase, guys. Read Spetsnaz, and you'll know what I mean by pink phase. Oh, they'll never want to verify their voter rolls. That's the whole reason that Democrats like illegal immigration is all those states and cities that don't do it will let those people vote. So, yeah, Christy, I got a little loose. I forgot I had taken a couple painkillers for my shoulders because my shoulders are going to need surgery. This one will only go that high. It's as high as I can get.
We don't know that. Just go get a goddamn ozone shot.
And they hurt like a bitch. So I took some painkillers, took a painkiller yesterday, and then forgot and started drinking. And
you only had 3 little drinks.
Yeah, I only had 3. About that much in my cup, my little thing here. It was enough. It was more than enough. Ran across the North. Oh yeah, Ezra, we talked about that already. He didn't want to come home and face the music. Let me see.
Has anybody heard from him or anything from
I
him?
heard nothing about him since it happened. Yeah. Yeah, Anthony Diller. I believe the same thing. I don't think they'll let him run again. I mean, they're doing everything they can to try to prevent it.
Because they know if he got in office, they would, they'd be gone. They'd be done.
Yeah, Patrick, that's called shadow banning, dude. That's what they do. So, that's why the numbers have fallen off recently, like dramatically, and they're down. So, because they don't like me saying the shit I say, even though I don't say anything crazy.
Yeah. Nothing too crazy.
No, I don't say anything crazy.
Mm-mm.
Let's see. Oh God, Nick, I've got to do mandatory diversity training next week. Like to say shove, as it will be my final 2 weeks there. Yeah, I would tell them to stick it up their ass. I wouldn't go. I don't remember if there were Chinese nationals at the lab, but it was definitely owned by a Chinese company. And I don't remember. I didn't see any of the people anything I read or anything. But I know it was owned by a Chinese company. They claim to be storing the material, and the lab name and all that the building was registered under didn't exist. It wasn't a licensed lab to be doing shit in this country. And the Chinese company that owned it says, "Oh, that belonged to this company who's now out of business, and we just stored it over here." Is all we did. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. What's stored over there?
Charlie, my bosses are tools, but at least they are conservatives. There you go. Yeah, the former Air Force guys that went to China to teach them how to fly. Yeah, the Air Force put the kibosh on that, telling them they couldn't go do that shit. Cortisone shot in my back. Yeah. Later, Nick. Oh, you're leaving your job. Oh, the offer's 2 times. Shit, I would take the offer, bro.
Did the cortisone shot work? I got an ozone shot in my knees, and they say he can do this with his shoulders. He just needs an MRI.
Oh yeah, I need to go get that. I need to call and schedule that.
Because it's so much pain. He's in so much pain.
Yeah, it's constant.
And you need to see what you can do before surgery.
Yep.
So
Patrick says the crazy thing is out of 400 fires, this is in Canada.
Oh, right, yes.
They've already arrested people and charged over 300 of them as arson. Literally, all the environmental green terrorists started most of these fires, and the majority of them they started originally were next to oil sites, and the majority of them they started originally. Oh, okay, double up. All right, yeah, next to oil sites. Yeah. They're all worried about the environment, but they'll burn the fucking environment down to make their point. Yeah, no, Anthony, I don't. Well, I'm trying to avoid surgery at all costs, but I know this shoulder here is just jacked up. And this one's not much better. Later, Ezra. See.
Hey, Ed.
Sean Robertson in the house. What's up, bro? All right, so I can't find the pic I had, but there were like 4 to 5 times things came out about Hunter and the Archer testimony. Yeah, and every time they indict Trump the next day. Every time. It's like they just got a stack of cards back there. They just deal them out. Here it comes again. 4 to 7 days before he starts feeling it, he said.
Okay.
Yeah, China's increasing a lot of shit. China's on a war footing. Russia is getting onto one. They're a little slow in the uptake here. And Ukraine is raising hell with these drone strikes deep into Moscow and shit like that. I saw a comment last night. Someone said something like, how can Ukraine complain about their civilians being targeted when they're targeting Russian civilians? Well, they just started doing that because they've been, Russia's been at it for over a year against them.
Right.
So it's just a little payback.
Yeah. Hey, Paula.
Teresa's Thorne says, just a heads up, I work in a pharmacy. It's getting harder to get pain meds, the good stuff, and also some maintenance meds, supply chain issues, and post-pandemic supply shortages. Imagine that. Oh, how? What's up? My brother works for a major food distribution company, and they are having issues too. Said it was like COVID, but different. Apparently, it's only getting worse. A lot of things are. But they're, and you know, like inflation, this is the thing. It's a sad, and I've said it before, but it's a sad state of affairs when in the United States that anytime the government says something, we have to treat it as suspect. Like we know they're lying to us. Like they keep putting out the inflation numbers and how inflation is so low, it's just non-existent because they keep pulling the expensive shit out of the tabulate. Like food is no longer considered an inflation. Neither is fuel, neither is electricity.
The things you need.
The things you need to live on a daily basis. It's all the other, peripheral shit that they count inflation on. And yeah, it's not going up because people are spending their money on those things. They're spending on the necessities, and that's why they took them out. Damn, Tony. That sucks, bro. Good luck with that. Getting nerve blocks put in. Shit.
Hey, Will.
Will's in the house. Yeah, Patrick, if they were using the metrics they used, or even 20 years ago, inflation would be through the roof. I mean, big time. Just it's absurd and insane that they think we're dumb enough to not notice that they keep taking all the key components out of the inflation index. You know, and I guess some people are stupid. They just hear the government say it and they're like, "Oh, great, they're doing so good." I mean, his press secretary certainly gets up there and lies with a straight face. I don't know how she does that. Let me see. Sean, she's 7 months old. Wow. She's growing fast, dude. Yes, food is most definitely more expensive and only going to get worse. The current administration abomination uses Common Core math, and that is why the numbers do not make sense to old folks. Oh, shit. That's why. Yeah. Yeah, because you remember in Common Core, the answer is not the goal. It's how you get to the answer. So you're right. They are using Common Core math. Yep, gas is going up everywhere. Yep. Well, I saw a thing yesterday that Q3 borrowing for the Fed will be $1 trillion. So the third quarter of this year, they're going to borrow $1 trillion in one fucking quarter. That's insane. They'll sell bonds and shit, and other governments buy them, but that's insanity. $1 trillion in a single quarter. I mean, oh yes. Well, Chester, that's the goal. They're doing this to Trump to terrify all Republicans into understanding that they can be jailed too, and not just politicians. But you know, if Trump can't get up there and say the election was rigged and stolen and all that, and you know they're saying he attempted to retain power illegally and shit, but he didn't. He left.
Yeah.
There was no skirmishes. There was no bullshit. There was a orderly, peaceful handover, just like it always is. And if you guys recall, Al Gore claimed Bush was elected fraudulently, and that election was wrong and it was rigged and it was stolen, and they screamed that all over the media. And then Hillary Clinton did it when Trump won. Illegitimate president, he's rigged election, all this shit.
They didn't get arrested.
None of them are charged, but Trump's being charged. And again, I don't care if you like him or not. That should still worry the shit out of you, because what they're basically charging him with is wrong think. He thought the wrong things. He had the wrong opinions, and he needs to serve. He's looking at 645 years in prison. That's what they charged him with, which if you read the indictments, they're laughable. Like, I don't know how any judge would let this shit show up in court.
Right,
they would read that and be like, you're out of your fucking mind. Like the one did to Hunter Biden's plea deal. They read that plea deal and went, wait, you're going to give him immunity from potential future charges in perpetuity. Like, she's like, yeah, no, that's not fucking happening. So at least we had somebody saying, yeah, everything's getting harder to get. An increase of poaching? Maybe he meant poaching. Yeah. And I believe it. If you meant poaching, then yeah, I agree with you.
50 cal.
Yeah, 50 caliber home defense.
Nice.
Yeah. Well, you remember the Democrats want rid of the electoral college. They always talk about, like, after the last election, like, this electoral college is archaic. We need to get rid of this shit. So they're wanting to tear down the institutions of the government themselves. But it's okay when they do it because the Democrats are never wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. How many insurrections are carried out with virtually no firearms? Exactly. They don't know what insurrection means.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think the left is desperate enough to do the unthinkable to you know who? They're capable of doing anything to anyone. Let me see here. Do you get the feeling that the gov knows the dollar's dead, so they're just spending while they can? Very well could be. That very well could be the case.
Mm-hmm.
So let me see. Common Core is about how you get to the solution, because when they know how you think, then they can control what you think. Well, they're doing a fine job of that for a vast majority of this country. People are morons. Yeah, gas is going up everywhere. Gas is going up everywhere. Yeah, there was no election fraud, just anomalies. Yeah, like 145,000 votes showing up at 3:15 a.m. That's an anomaly.
Hey, Susan.
All right. Who just ended it, Susan? Me or Mel? Charlie Concepts in the house. What up, brother? Just pre-registered for Mountain Readiness. Awesome, Cat. You'll have fun up there, dude. It was a good time. Yeah, all his trouble really started when he pointed out Biden's schemes in Ukraine. Crazy, that one, isn't it? The only person next to her that many years of a sentence is Pat Sajak. Oh my God. Yeah, the government can't outspend anyone.
She sent me this. It's a form for your kids at school. This was for a kindergartner, and it's asking these questions. Yes,
Yes,
no,
I want my child to have access to sexually explicit content in the school libraries. Wow.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Whoop.
So there's a teacher came out recently. So I don't know where she taught at, but she came out and said that children should be exposed to genitalia at an early age and constantly, so it's to not make it taboo, essentially. They're really pushing for this. And you hear people on the right say they're coming for our kids, and the left's like, oh, you're out of your minds, no one's coming for your kids. But then they say shit like that. That's coming for your kids. And then you get a form like this in a school where you have to say, no, don't expose my kids to porn.
Yeah.
So they're definitely coming for the kids, because that's how you change the future. By getting the kids.
Hey, Sandy.
Yeah, Patrick, I think it's along the same lines that they're trying to force things to fall apart. I know they're trying to force start a civil war here. They're trying really hard right now. They're just having a hard time getting it done. But they want one. And it's my opinion, they want one. I mean, we don't want one, but they want one. Sandy Darden, what's up, brother? Yeah, our tax money plus what they print. Later, Dennis. Yeah, you are. She's losing weight.
I haven't eaten today.
No, you haven't. Yeah. And get not only that, Will, but get immunity from prosecution for future crimes. Jeez. Yeah. No problem, James. We try to have fun with it. Yep. No school paperwork should have shit like that, Christy. Let me see here. Why can't I walk around butt naked? Well, if you identify as a woman, that's all you have to do is say you're a woman, then you can. Because that makes you trans, and that makes you, one of the priest class, and you can't fuck with the priest class. So
I was like, what about nudists? Their kids they see it all the time, but they don't have an agenda like the people today.
Yeah, they didn't have an agenda.
Grooming the children.
Yeah. Let me see. That's what they want, and or if the charges get tossed for being garbage, they can get riots too. Win no matter what. Yep, absolutely. They'll say the criminal justice system has failed.
That's true.
Christy Renee, Christy's got an invitation to Fallout. Everybody can go.
Everybody has one. Yeah.
Yeah.
She just has something to sleep in and a ride there and back in aid.
All right. Searching through my dad's closet for porn. Oh my goodness. Let's see here. Not the Democrats. They are a resource and they intend to use them one way or another. Oh yeah, you're absolutely right. Might come up at camp. Pete said, "No more stinky feet."
Oh,
Texas Tony paid for his side. Shit hit the fan.
Nice.
Hunter will be there. Yeah, we'll have fun up there. If you've got kids, bring kids because we're going to have trick or treating for them. We're going to have a costume contest, best costume. We're going to do some other stuff too. There's other things we're still working on. So, but yeah, we'll let the kids go around and trick or treat the camps.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
And Nightshade Fern just ordered book 11. Well, maybe I'll have book 12 be done before you finish reading it. I mean, not done, but out.
All right, it better be done.
Ed's working on getting a camper for Fallout. Nice. And Teresa says she has a tent Christy can use if you can just get there.
Mm-hmm.
Lewis from Arkansas. What is it? We want to come to Arkansas. It's on our list of places to go.
Yeah.
Yes.
I definitely.
Control the children, control the future. Look at the website, Will. They're being posted as they're coming up. So no rifle training, Tony. No gunfire at the camp. Can't do that there.
You're not giving any classes.
You're
not doing. Yeah.
Yeah. Don't forget shaving cream, markers, and makeup for those who fall asleep early. John, fornicate thyself. But we're going to go up probably, Thursday? Before?
Yeah, probably.
Maybe Wednesday?
The 18th or something.
We'll go up a couple days early and we'll be there and we're going to do the pig roast down near the shoot house or the building we were in where we did the lives from, where we had our booth, where we had the table set up. And we're going to put it right in front of that. That's where the pig roast will be done.
Oh, okay.
Because it's not going to hurt the grass there. And, it's central kind of everything. And everybody will be around. So it'll be easier, So.
Is that for everybody or?
No, you got to buy tickets for that to get into lunch.
Oh, okay.
Should I recommend a resource for reading about prepping? I know you said you had a disagreement with some guys on the forum. There's so much stuff out there. I mean, as far as the book, I don't know. I mean, I like the forums because you can see what other people are doing and hear other people's ideas and stuff like that. I'm just not active on any of them anymore. I don't have time. And YouTube's good too. Just, sadly, you got to take all this stuff with a grain of salt that some of these guys are putting out. Some of it makes no sense at all. And some of it's really good information. Yeah, the book Decline and Decay, actually, thank you. That I wrote with Alan Kay. You can look that up on Amazon. That's a kind of a 30,000 foot view to get you started. Just checks the big boxes. Here are the things you need to do, and we give you some ideas and stuff in there too. Let me see. Alex, we're just discussing all kinds of shit tonight.
Tom's new song.
Didn't see Tom's new song yet, Paul. Yeah, it must be Tom's song.
I've just been listening to
good old VHS days. Skinamax. Remember Skinamax? After hours, is it? After hours. Cinemax After Dark or whatever it was. Tony, you're fine. You don't need a ticket. If you guys are coming out of here to there, you don't really need the ticket.
Right, we got to buy the wristbands.
Yes, we got to get the wristbands ordered. I'll talk to T about that. He'll order them.
Okay.
I'm going to be the one guy walking around like I'm lost at mountain readiness. And yes, thank you, Russell. Pete Robert Tucci also has some good how-to books out there. So look him up online. Pete Robert Tucci. You can find him on Amazon, and he's got a couple nonfictions out there on prepping as well. Thanks for that, Kat. I totally forgot about him. Rawls. Yeah. And Charlie, check out Decline and Decay. It's actually a pretty good book. I mean, it took me an hour 2 fucking years to write that because COVID happened. And that really screwed things up because we wrote that sitting together.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
We are bringing our
we're
RV.
bringing our camper. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Idaho is a beautiful place for events. Well, Sharon, one of the things that we want to do with Mountain Readiness is take it on the road. We want to do these events around the country.
Right. Yes.
So that's a good possibility. That's going to be coming. And next year, PrepperNet is going to come to Mountain Readiness.
Oh, nice.
And they have a lot of followers. They kind of take over Prepper Camp every time they do that. But they're taking their focus off Prepper Camp and they're going to switch it to Mountain Readiness. I need to tell T about that because he don't know yet.
Huh. Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, Joe Dolio's books, anything Joe Dolio puts out, he's got some great books too. And if you're,
Can you send that out?
well, yeah, let me see it. So, like, here's one of Joe's. This is Tactical Wisdom, and if you're a patron in my THAAD or above levels, you know, I send stuff to you. Like, they just got this last month. Your next gift is going to be a analog rangefinder that you can hold up to a human-sized target or a fence post and gauge the range. And it also has map tools and other stuff on it. So that thing's pretty cool. Developed by my good buddy Brush Beater, NC Scout.
Yeah. And they're little, right? They're little. You can.
Well, I'm getting the bigger ones.
Big one. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think the bigger ones. I got to see. He keeps changing the size on it, I think. Sean, yeah. You had to remember exactly where you started playing that tape from so you could put it back in the exact same spot. There we go. That's where you can get the books. Why didn't I go up? There we go. All right.
What else?
Looking forward to what Emery has to say about Israel in future podcasts. We're going to have a whole show on that alone because, you know, we here, I don't think, understand their politics well enough. And we should understand their politics because they're really our last great ally. Yeah, Pete should be at Fallout.
Oh, nice.
He's supposed to be there. Lake City would be a sweet venue.
What was that?
What, this? Emmanuel in space. I don't know what the fuck that is. I think those are memes that don't translate to YouTube. If anyone's coming through Michigan on their way, pick me up. I have gas money. Joking, not joking. How's Alan down? You need to put him on your podcast. Well, he's occupied at the moment where I can't do that. But as soon as he gets freed up, I plan on having him. So that'll happen. Gonna have Alan on. He's doing good though. He's busy.
What's he doing? He's playing in the woods.
Yeah, he's out playing in the woods right now doing some stuff. Mel posted a link to an RV place up there that rents them. They'll deliver them to the campground, set them up for you. You camp in it. When you're done, you just leave. They come, break it down, pack it up, and take it back. And it's like, what was it, 150 a night?
Well, they range between 89 and 300 a night, depending on how nice a place you want.
And Russell, you are correct. Yes, again, for learning to prep stuff, Bear Independent. Go to his website, check that out. He's got some books as well, some good manuals too. Susan, we'll have to figure out how to get you up there one way or another. Yes, Shane will be there. He's coming to cook. Plus, we're doing the whole hog. Russell's going to be doing a pig, so.
That could be enough for everybody. I thought the pig was just for like our group. So
well, there's a cap. Russ has told him how many people we can serve, and that they can buy. There's that many tickets for sale, and then that's it. You know.
Because we probably got 20 we're giving out.
Yeah, probably about that. Sean Roberts, you need. Well, if you're looking for other stuff to read, do you like science fiction? Because there's some good ones in that. Because I don't listen to anything in the genre that I write in, unless it's nonfiction. But I listen to like science fiction shit when I want to listen to a book sometimes because none of it applies to what I write.
Right. Who do you listen to?
I don't have my phone. I was just trying to remember the guy's name. crap. I'll think of it in a minute. Well, I'm going to stop thinking about it. It'll come to me. October, North Carolina, AC will not be an issue. Probably not. Heat will be more of a concern. Bring good sleeping bags.
Yeah.
That's the simple, very simple breakdown, yes. But it's a lot more complicated than
Move that.
just not allowing them to pick their own successors anymore. There's more to it. Charlie says, almost done reading Going Home paper the first time. I thoroughly enjoyed it, but it's hard not to hear Duke's voice in my head. You guys got a skinny lens? Nope. It is a 4K camera. And that camera's tiny. I wish you guys could see it. Like, it's literally about that wide, about that tall. And it full PTZ. Like, it'd track me. If I wanted to, I could turn it on and make it follow me around the room and shit. Let me see. Skinamax. Yeah, boy. And yes, Nick, Shane's food was fantastic. Hail the chat. What is up, bro? I messaged you earlier today. I don't know if you saw it or not. About tomorrow, if you want. Charlie, Renegades. The first book is called Renegades. It's a long series too, and the books are fantastic. I'll try to find that and post it on Facebook for you, Charlie. After this, hopefully James will bring more game, meat, and hooch. Yeah, Mel said I'm not allowed to eat James's bologna that he made. The bologna, because she said it made me smell funny.
It's not like a sausage. I had to sleep in the living room.
Oh, Richard, you know you are. Come on down. You had to sleep in the living room. Yeah, I had to go shower and purge myself with water and lemon juice and all this other shit.
Took a week.
So I can't eat no more James's good bologna. That shit was fantastic, though. Expeditionary Force. Thank you, Charlie. That's it. Yes. Craig Allenson. That's the one. Yeah, great. I love the character Skippy in there. He's an AI in a metal cylinder.
Oh, yeah.
But he can control all kinds of shit.
Yeah,
he can work time, space, fabric. He can do all kinds of shit. And his attitude is fucking hilarious. He's, he's immortal too. So that comes with its own baggage, After he spent, I forget, how many hundreds of years stuck in the wreckage on some planet,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's really funny. Great listen. And put a customer amount. Oh, okay, there we go. I figured out on mobile you have to have the app to put in custom amount. Cool, there we go. Wolf and Iron is a great pop book, and the author is an awesome sci-fi writer. Okay. Hell, there he is. Right on both platforms. Thank you, Scott. You should do the audio, or Cat, because it's fantastic. I'm going to let Mel answer because she's got her favorite.
Chris Pratt. Chris Pratt would make a good Morgan.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Post Malone.
Oh, he's got too many tattoos.
That's Mel's new crush, Post Malone. She wants a life-size cardboard cutout.
I've already ordered it.
I've already ordered it. Good. I'm taking the range. I need something to shoot at.
Bear meat, yeah. That bear meat.
The bear meat that Wes brought. I need to text Wes. The bear meat Wes brought was fucking phenomenal. Like, that was some good shit. I really enjoyed that.
Are they going to be there?
I think they're coming. Yeah, Skippy is a badass, Charlie. I love Skippy. I hope they're coming. I need to text Wes and find out. He don't have any number, I think.
Right.
Don't kidnap me. I'd have a legitimate excuse to miss work if we kidnap you. Yes, R.C. Bray is a legend. His readings are fantastic. Yeah, there we go. I originally found the A books on YouTube as a bootleg, and I was 2.5 books in, and they got yanked, so I bought them all. At this point, I borrowed them out and bought them as gifts more times than I can count. Yeah, I'm periodically have to go on YouTube and issue all those takedown notices and shit because my publisher won't. Let's see. Got your mom hooked on her. Kind of jealous. It's all new to her. Yeah, you're stuck sitting around waiting. I don't know. I didn't get close enough to him to smell him, John. Later, Texas Tony. The Benelli M4 was for a demo for a PD. I got a buddy that's doing some training with a local department, training them, and that's what their department runs. And so he needed the Benelli M4 to be able to train those guys. So I was trying to borrow one out for him here local somewhere, but I couldn't find one. Eric, yes, there's another book coming out. Book 12 is essentially done. It'll go off to the editors on Monday. It's already been, part of it's already been edited, so the rest of it goes to the editors Monday, and then get through that process, and then we'll get it scheduled for audio. And once I have that release date, that's when we'll release the print and ebooks, all three formats on the same day this time.
Yeah.
Yeah, Post Malone's too busy getting his pew on with Grand Thumb. Hell yeah, he is. He's a big time gun dude. Most people don't know that. Charlie's Requiem 5. There you go, Russell. Hell yeah, closer than yesterday. Amen. Yes, it was. Don't piss him off. He'll hold it off for a month. It is essentially done. I'm just going. Me and Mel are going to do a read through. Hopefully Sunday. We're going to sit and just read through it. We've both read through it multiple times at this point, but we're going to read through it one more time. That'll be the last catch, and then Monday off to the editors.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
I'm going to be glad to be done. And then I got some stuff I need to do around here. Took my mower to the shop today. I've got a bad boy, 0-turn, 60-inch deck, and the PTO clutch went out on it. And then today I went out there. I was going to change the clutch out. I started up. As soon as I take off the e-brake, it would die. And I messed around with it, couldn't figure out what the hell's causing that. So I just winched it up on my trailer and took it to the shop and dropped it off. And they're like, well, it'll be 3 weeks before we can even get to it. I was like, great.
Well, it's been sitting there broke for over 3 weeks.
Oh, yeah, it's been sitting there. But I've been borrowing somebody else's. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to see if Chris will borrow his tomorrow. And I'll get it and mow the yard.
Good.
So, Jolene Milliken,
hello.
Thank you. But yeah, that's about it. Nothing terribly exciting. Just watching the news. I don't know. It feels to me, I don't know about you guys, like there's a pressure building in this country, though. I mean, like it's starting to get palpable from economics to the political scene to the abuse of justice in this country that's taking place, And the judge, too, that is overseeing Trump's new indictment, the judge he's going to be standing in front of, she has given January 6th participants the longest prison sentences. And so that's the judge that they based. Yeah.
Of course.
It slaps different. Yeah. It does slap a little different. Get some goats.
No.
You know the thing about goats, Russell? They don't eat grass. They eat everything but the grass. So
they didn't eat the shit I wanted them to eat.
Man, no, they'll eat everything but fucking grass. Y'all hit like. The little pictures that float up are cute. Eric Miller, I don't do prepper camp.
No. Have you ever been there?
Went to it once, but didn't even stay. Maybe it's been asked already. Is there a timeline for the new book with the Wyoming rancher in it? So that one's back on deck. I'm going to take some time off to get some stuff around here, and then I'm going to take the novella that I wrote, Ramblin' Man, and I'm going to finish that out as a full-length novel, and that'll get re-released, repackaged, and done. And then I'm going to start on book 13. No, I'm going to do the sequel to Cry Havoc. Will be right after that, and then maybe 13. But Western Resolve is on deck. I just got to coordinate with Tex because I got to go. That's a bummer. We're going to have to go spend some time in Wyoming. We'll go out there and hang out in Wyoming to do that one. So
that'll be fun.
Yeah, we'll have a good time with that one. Let me see.
You were supposed to release that to a Patreon.
Most of it's on Patreon. Done. Yeah, it's been put up.
Okay.
Electrical problem. Yeah, it could be simple. might be simple, but I don't have the time to invest in turning wrenches on that mower. I thought it was going to be quick and easy, take the stop out on the PTO, take the nut off the end of it, pull the clutch out, put the new clutch on, go back to work. But it got more complicated. And I just said, fuck it.
Yeah.
I don't have time for that. No contest tonight. I forgot to do it, actually, and that's my fault. So, well, I don't know. September's the next one coming up. I got to call and see. So, yeah, I can feel it. It's like that Phil Collins song. Yeah. Something in the air tonight.
If you're going to Sage, you need to find out.
Why?
Because I want to know, like, if
months
you're going.
Notice that I'm going? Months. Okay.
So I can plan my trip.
So where?
I don't know. Wherever I go.
Where?
Wherever I want to go.
Oh. Let me see. Let me see. But I guess that's about all we got. And there's Ma. I'll be in Jackson next Thursday and Friday. What are you going to Jacksonville for, Ma? I wouldn't live by that poison ivy myth. Me neither. That shit is brutal. Girls trip. But that's it for tonight, y'all. We're gonna go grab some dinner and then chill out for a little bit. And I'm playing to write for a little while on this
Yes.
cleanup thing on the end. That last little thing right there.
Yeah, you do.
Oh, Patty's surgery. Okay, cool.
That's right.
Just making sure.
Yeah.
But you guys know the drill. Same bat time, same bat channel. And be good or be good at it. Catch you guys next time.